Hey guys, it's Sandra. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, this one's going to be a really interesting one, and it's something that I've covered before, but I've had a few incidences where I feel it needs to be revisited, especially as we're back to school, back to work, back to day centres, back to volunteering. And it's something that me being an internet creator, I'm very, very aware of, but it's just hit home to me again, and that is internet safety. And I know in mainstream schools, at youth groups, there are discussions about it, and that there's a lot of parents out there who will teach their kids about it. Brilliant. But the scams are now getting so savvy and targeting people who might be socially isolated, who are on a budget, who want to please others. And I used to be one of those people. Done a hell of a lot of work to move past that and to realise that. But guys, just remember that this is something that needs to be reinforced, especially if someone has a intellectual disability. Just reinforced if they have access to the internet, if they have access to Facebook, Tumblr as well, and Google Chats. And so I have worked with a few people in the past on some creative projects. I've reached out to their agents to make sure I wasn't breaching any copyright in using quotes from interviews, in using YouTube clips over on the blog. And then I got someone who was impersonating a fairly famous mid-level actor. And this is the second time they've pretended to be this actor. Not the greatest person, and I admire this actor greatly and what he is trying to achieve in his life. However, I've had some difficulties, I've had some derailments, and this person knew enough about this person to convince me that it could have actually been him. Thankfully, I didn't give out any personal information, any banking information, any household information, any living situation that I could have been doxed. I'm very, very aware of doxing in the modern age. And guys, this is a really interesting one about doxing. Doxing can be quite harmful, and for someone with a disability, whether that be physical or psychosocial, until doxing has even affected the mental health of those who are stable, who are internet creators, who have made a business through YouTube, through Patreon, through other means. And so we have to be aware of this, that scamming is getting more and more and more sophisticated. And so the basics of internet safety are never giving out personal details if you don't know the person in real life. Never sending photos that you wouldn't want on the front page of the newspaper, because that's what Facebook, Reddit, Tumblr are, and even Discord. That if you start chatting to someone and you decide you're going to meet up in real life, take someone with you. You don't know if they're a scammer or what they're capable of doing. I don't want to put fear into people, because there's a lot of people who've met and dated online and have now got very happy relationships. But you never know, and people with disabilities are more likely to get scammed as well. Guys, then we get to other chat rooms and things like that. So for my own engagement, I do respond to comments and things like that. To get DMs out of like Google Chats or Instagram or Twitter is not unusual for me. And so just being able to filter them is a really good idea, from who you know in real life, who is a fan or a follower, and who's trying to scam you. And so have a look at their profiles. Have a look at their profiles are telling. How many friends have they got? Are they new? What history have they got up there? Having a look at all of that is great, because then you can judge what their intentions are, essentially. Then having a look at another thing is, do you feel good about the interaction or do you feel bad? And that was the key for me, that this person probably wasn't who they say they are. So guys, as we go back to school, day centres, working on businesses, we just need to be aware of that as well, because our lives are so online these days. It's nigh impossible to be completely offline. I am going to try to be a lot more offline this year. Don't know how that'll go, but guys, I just wanted to do this quick short video to remind you guys that it could potentially happen to anyone. Having some hobbies offline, having a good support network, and that might be someone older, younger, just someone who you trust to navigate online. And there are some people who should not have unsupervised access to a smartphone, telephone, internet. They might not understand the appropriateness of sending photos and things like that. So guys, if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and put your tips for internet safety in the comments.